Today on the channel, we're kicking it old school with an old school Marvel Legends X-Men box set.
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Marvel Legends unboxing and review. And today we've got something extra special. We've got the fan channel exclusive X-Men 5-pack. But for all your X-Men 5-pack needs and a whole lot more, make sure you're hitting up Big Bad Toy Store. Use the link in the description below to find this one, and they are shipping this right now. They seem to be the first ones of all the companies out there shipping these, and you're only going to be able to get this at the Hasbro Pulses, the Big Bad Toy Stores, the Entertainment Earth. You're not going to find this at Walmart. You're not going to find this at GameStop. You're not going to find this at Target, so FYI there. But it is a big box set, and some people like these. Some people don't. I don't hear a lot of people in the middle. I absolutely love a good box set. I always go back to when I was a kid, be it G.I. Joe, be it wrestling, be it whatever. Whenever I picked up a box set, it was just quite the feeling, because in this case, you got 5 figures. You have a big setup of your X-Men stuff as a kid. You get 5 new figures. Extend to the pack. You're all in on that. It's very exciting. There's a lot of new feuds, a lot of new battles, a lot of new things you can do, and it's really fun to get these. And it's a way to get some deeper cut characters into the line as well. Put them with some anchors, in this case Strife, one a lot of people have been wanting, and then given some other figures that maybe don't have a home at traditional retail in the single packs, but in a pack like this it does work out. So I'm here for this. I really like the idea of this, and of course 90s X-Men. I was loving some 90s X-Men. I was loving the Executioner song, so Strife, right in my wheelhouse, including some of these other characters that we're going to talk about. But of course, we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews here on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there, and I don't really keep a lot of packaging. This is so cool. I really do want to keep this. How cool is that? I just love that artwork there. Of course, you got all 5 guys and gals too. A little bit of a villains pack. Some tweeners in here, I guess, from time to time, but of course, looking really, really nice. Love the X-Men logo. Very 90s-esque X-Men logo right there. X-Men 60, of course, 60th anniversary. Marvel Legends 2023. Got that old school comic kind of corner with the different faces. I love that. Love the artwork throughout. Now, this is plastic-free packaging. I don't hear a lot of complaints, and this is still new, so maybe there will be, but no complaints on anything like this. This is where plastic-free works for me. And of course, being a fan channel exclusive, only getting it at retailers that are not brick and mortar, you're not going to have figure swappings, or a very, very low amount of figure swappings on this one. You got the old Murders Row checklist right there. There's everybody that is included here. Of course, you got Vertigo up top. Females first, as we always do say. Same thing over here on this side, but it's more of the comic pictures of them. And then on the back, you got the big picture there. And of course, it's got all their extra accessories called out, things like that. You got a bunch of jibber jabber like young Mr. T down low. X-Men 60 on the top. Very cool there as well. And I'm familiar with all of these characters here except for Zero. I don't remember Zero at all. And I don't know. I just don't remember. Can't remember it all, folks. And there it is. Nothing else in there. Off to the side. See you later. And look at this. Big old cardboard prison. Not a lot going on in here. It's just a bunch of coffins, a bunch of parchment paper, all that kind of stuff. I'm going to take this video offline. I'm going to get all these out of the package here. We'll be back talking the new X-Men 5-pack. All right, we're back, and we got quite the mess, as you can imagine. A lot of baggies, a lot of cardboard on this thing, so we got to give it the old see you later off to the side. Another little see you later off to the side. Then we got all of these parchment paper prisons. See you later, see you later, see you later, see you later. Spider-Man style, see you later, and see you later, goodbye. All right, we got the table cleaned off. Now let's start looking at these, and let's do it as we usually do it. Let's do it ladies first, and we're going to start with Vertigo here. Now, Vertigo comes with open hands, and then, of course, 2 fisted hands. She's ready to throw down if she needs to. She's got 2 fisted hands here, looking really nice. Put those off. But Vertigo's an interesting one here. Of course, it is the same head we get with, I think, many females. I think the Invisible Woman's had this head. We've seen this head a few different times. But you put a little green lipstick, a little green hair on this one, little green eyes, and guess what? You got a new female character. So that's what they're doing here with Vertigo, and that's what we see a lot in these kind of packs like this. Got to get the most out of your molds. That's what they're doing right here. But saying all that, this does work for me. Of course, Vertigo, my memories of Vertigo, and probably most people's out there, is from the X-Men animated series cartoon. Remember her from that for sure. I think she screamed really loud. She was part of Mr. Sinister's team. Of course, everybody knows Mr. Sinister. Not really sure where she's went in the comics from there. I'm sure she's died and came back to life many times, like a lot of comic characters. But she does look good. I like the green hair here. I like the green lipstick. Of course, head's going to go all the way around. A little bit limited on the up and down for the head because of the hair articulation. Arms go all the way around. Single jointed elbows here. Very tight joints there. I almost thought I was going to break it there, but be careful at the elbow. It's a very thin pin joint, and it very well could break on you, so be careful. But it is pinless joints. I am happy to see that. Of course, hands back and forth, side to side. Hula hoop at the top, no traditional waist. She's got the big old Vertigo splits that she can do. Got a thigh cut. Double jointed knees, but they are pinned, of course, there. And then the ankles side to side, back and forth there. Nice, very 70s kind of costume. This looks like she might, or maybe 60s. Looks like something she might go clubbing in the 60s. She's going to a big dance party or something. And it looks like a little psychedelic and things with the white and the green stripes throughout. But it does look pretty good. I have no issues with this one. I don't know how well a figure like this, a character like Vertigo, would sell on her own out at retail. So to me, this makes a lot of sense putting her in this box set here. Does she fit on a ringside collectible stand? Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10%. And there it is right there. She fits perfectly on a stand right there. And of course, you get Mr. Sinister. I got him handy right here. Put those two back together, building out a Sinister team, we'll call it right there. But you got to have Mr. Sinister. There's this one, of course. There's the X-Men Animated Series one. A lot different versions of course, Mr. Sinister over the years. So there is Vertigo. Now we move on to the one I was the most excited for in this set. If you guys go back, I think it was for 20,000 subscribers here on this very YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? We're unboxing everything here on the channel. But for 20,000 subscribers, I did a top 20 X-Men villains, characters I want to see in the Marvel Legends lineup. And about 2 weeks after that video was done, we got the announcement that Random was finally coming to the line. Very excited to get Random here. One of my favorites from the old Toy Biz days, and I do have that one right here, real handy here. There's the old Toy Biz version of Random. One of those characters that really never got a ton of play. I think he was in the background in the animated series a couple times. And I believe he did die in the comic. Didn't he die of the legacy virus or something like that? Who knows? He's probably been brought back to life. But I always liked this character. There was just something about this big old weapon arm that I always just thought was really, really cool. And then kind of the biker look to him. Just always thought it was a very cool character and one I thought would translate very well into the Marvel Legends line of figures. And now here we are. The crown jewel of this set, or the one I wanted the most out of this set. And that's what we get is Random here. Now, I like that Random is bigger, but I would have liked to seen him a little bit bigger. Because you take this Toy Biz one, he's a big chunk of plastic. I felt like he should have been just a little bit bigger, a little bit more deluxe possibly in the Legends line, but apparently not in the cards here. So we get what we get. We don't throw a fit, I guess, at this point. But I like the looks of him here. He's got that kind of grayish skin tone, very zombie-like skin tone. Got the cool sunglasses going on. Got a little bit of that 5 o'clock shadow, a little mean-mugging face. Got the red do-rag going on. Reminds me of Colossus in the Age of Apocalypse as far as the do-rag goes. And you get down, he's got his leather vest going on in the brown, looking really nice. Got the snake tattoo on his arm all throughout there. Got the big heart one on the other side. Got the buckles, all that kind of stuff. Then he's been working out. He's got the old six-pack going on strong there. Random looking really good. Down to his blue jeans, and then down to his leather, I guess, shin guards, I guess we'll call him. And then he's got the spikes around his feet there and his boots looking really nice. Of course, arms going to go all the way around. He does have the pinned joints, but we do got double jointed elbows at least on him. You do got hand that's removable, but there is no extra accessories with Random. He gets what he gets and he doesn't throw a fit right here. He can do a little bit of splits here. You got the thigh cut, you do got the boot cut, you got the double jointed knees, and then of course the ankles back and forth, side to side. The big thing about Random, of course, is his big gun arm. It kind of looks like little silos, little beehives going on through here. Interesting that we didn't get any effects in here. No weapons, anything like that with him. That is a little bit disappointing if you ask me. I would have liked to seen some missiles, something like that, but I guess they didn't want to get him lost or whatever the aspect may be there. But it definitely looks cool. It's definitely different. I would have liked to seen these maybe a little thicker up here, but it gets the point across. I can't totally look at it. I did forget to mention he does have the barbed wire wrap there around the bicep. That does look really cool. But it's just something about a guy with a big weapon as an arm and a hand. Just something very, very cool about that. So this Random fits what I wanted. I'm very excited to finally get this in my collection. Not a huge Random guy. Like I said, I just know him. I think he died of the legacy virus. I just know him more from his toy back in the day. And sometimes that's where you know the figure's best from or the character's best from. He also fits on a ringside collectible stand. if need be, so we can put him right there. Next up, we're going to turn our attention over to Pretty Boy, and he's a pretty boy after all, and we got a lot of pieces with him. He has the most accessories of anyone here. Of course, he came to throw down. He's got 2 Fists of Fury on him, and then you do get 2 trigger hands, which that's what you're going to have to use for Pretty Boy. But he does have these, of course, very robotic. We will get into that here in a second. And then he does get little different effect pieces here, which I really like that. And it's interesting how they really pick and choose in the Legends line as far as some of these blast effect pieces. But we get 2 nice neon green ones. We've seen these before. I just don't think we've seen them in the neon green color. We get 2 neon green ones there. And then we get 2 different smoke effects here. Now, we've seen these many a times, just not really in this color scheme. So I do like that. I like the added there. And then you do get down to his 2 pistols, blasters, whatever we're going to call them. Of course, you put the effect pieces in on the end. These are different weapons, very similar, but very different at the same time, as one has the big clip on the end. Don't call it a magazine. It's a clip down here. You're ready to go. So you do get 2 weapons with Pretty Boy. He came out all guns blazing like a young random, I guess. And now we get down to Pretty Boy himself. Very, very cool here. Of course, a member of the Reavers. We know him. We love him. Very robotic, very different body style for Marvel Legends. Looks very, very different. And then you get a very interesting head and kind of neckline and shoulders up there for him. Of course, part man, part machine is what we... Man and machine, machine is what we got here with Pretty Boy. I don't know. I feel like a guy like Pretty Boy is a conversation starter and one of those guys that would grab your eyes out there retail that people would probably pick up. But whatever works. We get him in this set. I am fine with that, of course. But very interesting stick-like legs on him. Very skinny midsection, as you can see right here, then very robotic at the top. Just a very intriguing-looking character here, but looks really, really nice. Got a nice shine to the silver here, a nice smooth plastic feel. No marbling real issues for me here. It looks good. I have no issues with this one. Articulation-wise, a little bit different here. He's got the big shoulder joint, ball jointed there. And you do get a bicep cut. Double jointed, pinless elbows, playing all the hits here. Hands going to be removable. He does have 2 fists, like I said, but you got to use the trigger hands for him. You just have to. He does got the waist, the traditional waist, a little bit of hula hoop up top. Of course, head back and forth, side to side, all rounds of the heads, looking really nice there. And then you do get these splits. Oh, you can do those big old robotic Pretty Boy splits if he needs to. How about that? Do we get a thigh cut? Yep, we even get a thigh cut. And of course, that articulation is hid very well behind all the gizmos and gadgets right there. So that does look really nice. Then you got a bend at the knee, of course. Single jointed knees, but nobody's going to hold that against a robot, I don't think. No boot cut of any kind, nope, but you do get the ankle side to side, back and forth. Looking really, really nice. I like this one a whole lot. This is a really interesting looking figure. Random looks really interesting. Pretty Boy looks very interesting himself, and he fits on a ringside stand as well. What do you know? Fits perfectly right there. And of course, you bring out some of his brethren here. We got old Bone Breaker. Who else do we got here? Oh, yeah, you got to have Lady Deathstrike there, and then you got these bad boys as well. A little Reaver action. Let's build out the team. Always fun to build out teams. You guys know how I am. I always want to have the whole teams of things, and I'm glad we're getting deeper and deeper into the Reavers. Give us more Reavers. Give us more Morlocks. Give us some more of these villain teams, and heck, give us all the X-Men teams as well. You guys know I'd be here for that, and I'm sure a lot of you guys would as well. So there's old Pretty Boy. Not too shabby. We'll do a quick ranking at the end of this video as well, from my favorite to my least favorite, of course, or my least favorite to my favorite. Better say it right. There you go. Now we turn our attention over to Zero, and Zero is the one I'm the most not familiar with. I don't remember Zero a whole lot. Apparently he is a robot android and a bodyguard of Strife sometimes, apparently. I'm not familiar with the character. He does come with extra hands. He's got the old surfing hands here, splayed out hands. We got 2 of those. Then the other hands, he's got the Fist of Fury. He's got the fisted hands on him. Now, he does come with a lot of reuse, and I was always wondering, when are they going to reuse this? Of course, we saw this with the Deluxe Marvel Legends Doctor Strange. I believe, wasn't that a Target exclusive? And that was more of an orange color, where this is more of a Mountain Dew or a piss color, really, is what this looks like here. Very interesting. I like the addition of the black here, though. That does kind of break up the monotony of the lime green color here, but does look really cool. We've seen it before, but you got to get the most out of your molds. That's what Hasbro's going to do. They found a creative reuse for this from the Doctor Strange set, of course, with Zero here. Now we get Billy Corgan's favorite X-Men character here. We get old Zero out. An interesting, but a very plain figure. It is all white, of course. You got the little circle in the chest, circle in the head in black, Besides that, it's all white body. So very good custom potential here. You pop the head off, you got a clean body you can kind of paint and do up, whatever you want to do. So I can see some customizers wanting to mess around with him, but a little bit expensive to mess around to buy this pack just for $0, of course. Articulation-wise, arms go all the way around. Thought he had butterfly, but he does not. This is an old body mold, of course. You do got double jointed knees, but you do got elbows, but you do got the pins in there. Of course, hands going to be removable, hands side to side. 2 fists of fury on him, looking good there. Head back and forth, up and down. Good movement out of this head, of course. Waist articulation, traditional ab crunch. Do those big old 0 splits, not really. Not too big of splits there. And then you get thigh cut, double jointed knees, but they are pinned once again. Boot cut, and then ankles back and forth, side to side. So really a traditional old school X-Men figure here is what we have, or Marvel Legends figure for that matter. Pretty plain Jane, obviously. Of course, you get the extra hands, but you get the big effect piece to kind of draw it in a little bit more, but definitely not setting the world on fire. Not going to be at the top of the list for me on this one, but an interesting character and a great way to get a character like this into the lineup somehow and put it in a box set, I think does work. Of course, it does fit on a ringside collectible stand. Make sure you get the Mattel stands, as I always say. Now, for many people, we're going to hit it off. We're going to take a look at the main eventer here. It is Strife, bad guy from the 90s, of course, and he does come with his only accessories being 2 fists of fury. So you got 2 splayed out hands, 2 fists of fury here in the nice silver color. Looks good for Strife there. Now, Strife, as we do know, was quite the enemy of Cable. Now, he's like a cloned brother of Cable. Of course, you know about the Executioner song storyline. I was all in on that back in the day with the X-Men, and that's where I really came to know Strife for the most part. But very, very cool, and one of those ones, I believe he was a Toys R Us exclusive way back in the day. A lot of people, of course, missed out on him. A lot of times passed. A lot of people needed this one, especially those that loved their 90s X-Force. So this makes a lot of sense to get back out in the line. I gotta say, I'm a little bit surprised we didn't get this in a traditional line somewhere along the way. I figured that would have been the case instead of this box set. I guess we should just be happy it did get out. And I could see some people passing on this box set just because they're like, hey, I got the old Strife. I don't care about some of these ancillary characters. I'm going to pass. But then there's some people, man, I needed Strife. It sucks. I got to buy this whole box set. I don't need these characters. So depends where you do sit on. It's just very interesting. But I like the looks of this Strife, of course. Is there enough meat on the bone, though, for this? And I'm not sure what I'm going to do with 2 Strifes in my collection. Is because we see with all these re-releases, got to think that old version of Strife that was commanding well over $100 loose for a while, probably dropping in price pretty significantly, I would have to imagine at this point. But let's walk through this Strife here. The first thing you notice is the big, crazy helmet on him. You got all the different fanned out there spikes everywhere. A guy you don't want to headbutt you or ram into you at all, that is for sure. This helmet has to weigh 100 pounds. I don't know how he does it. Got the big old high cape on him. Nice red color cape. Very hard plastic. Not a ton of movement in this, but looking really, really nice there. Then he's got the shoulder gauntlets with more spikes on it. We're seeing a theme here with him and spikes. Gray body tone color throughout, but a little bit of dashes of blue color to break up the silver gray monotony there. But man, it does look good. Once again, you get spikes on the thighs, spikes down on the boots. A bigger figure, not totally deluxe, but definitely a bigger figure like Strife should be. Of course, no weapons with Strife. He did come with a sword in the original one, not this time around. He does got a little sash, a little loincloth type thing. Not quite a loincloth, but you know what I mean there. He's got that going on. Of course, hands are going to be removable. Double jointed elbows. Got the bicep cut. Arms go all the way around. A little bit limited by the shoulders. We just got to move the arms out of the way. Of course, head side to side, back and forth. A little bit limited there with the cape and all the spikes going on. He does got the traditional ab crunch. You do got a waist. You do those big old Strife splits if you need to. You do get a thigh cut. You do get double jointed knees, and the knees are pinless, and the elbows are pinless as well. So that is always an upgrade. And then, of course, you get the ankles going on with Strife. And does Strife fit on a ringside collectible stand? Use discount code Kyle, save 10%. Doesn't look like he's going to fit. He's too big. Wonder if he fits on a Jazzware stand. That would be something, wouldn't it? Nope, he's too small for Jazzwares, too big for Mattel. That's just the way it's going to go with Strife right here. Definitely some deep set eyes on him. You got the whites in his eyes. Got a little bit of a 5 o'clock shadow going on. Strife looking like a guy I wouldn't want to mess with, that's for sure. Looks very, very futuristic as well. We do got the old version of Strife. Definitely different heads, different helmets. I love this new helmet compared to the old one. I always like this one, but then once you see it against this one's night and day. These plastic strips need to be molded out. I might have to take these with a hairdryer to get these straightened out a little bit here. But that is a little bit of a miss. But definitely a better head on this new one. Body's very similar. A lot of the details very similar. Like I said, he did come with a sword on the old one. Definitely the same cape going on. A little bit brighter red cape on the new one. Similar but different with all the upgrades of 2023 is what this new Strife is. So it'll be interesting. I got to figure out how I'm going to display these, where I'm going to display them, how I'm going to set them different. I'll figure it out. I always do, though, at the end of the day. But very cool to get Strife again for a lot of collectors that missed out on him back in the day. Got to think a lot of people are happy about that one. Now, if I'm going to rank this set from my favorite to my least favorite, but once again, I messed up, from my least favorite to my favorite, let's do it here really, really quick. I'm going to go 0 at number 5, just so plain Jane, don't have a connection to the character. It's cool for what it is. Takes up some real estate with this one, though, but we'll see what happens. But cool enough. We're putting him in number 5. Then I'm going to go Vertigo, number 4, just because pretty plain Jane there, and it is what it is. But she's coming in at number 4. Number 3, I'm going to go Pretty Boy, a little bit smaller character, looks cool, but not a main event player for me, but very, very cool at the end of the day. Love completing a team, so I'm going to put him right at the middle. Then I'm going to go Strife. Strife would definitely be number 1 for me if I didn't have that other version of Strife, but still a lot of upgrades here, a very cool figure, a very iconic character, 90s X-Men reader like me. I'm in on this Strife, putting him at number 2. But I've been wanting a random for so long. You knew this was probably going to be number 1. Is it a perfect figure? I wouldn't go that far to say it's perfect. I wish the arm was a little bit longer or a little bit thicker. I wish his body was a little bit bigger. But for what it is, I will take this at this point in time. And I honestly don't think we'll ever get another random figure, at least for another 20 years or so. So gonna have to take this one as it is right now. And I'm just excited to get another version of random after many years of having this one, holding on to this one since I was a kid. So that is the 5-pack. A quick run through of these guys. What are your guys' thoughts? You all in on this 5-pack? Waiting and seeing, waiting for a discount on Amazon possibly? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below and put them in order for you. What do you think? Which one do you like best? Which one is your least favorite? Let me know in the comments down below. Of course, you made it this far, you might as well like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on the old notification bell. As you guys know, we got videos every single day, and then something. We got even more content over on the Patreon channel. If you can believe that, you get early access to videos like this and all that other fun stuff over there. You can also support the channel at ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. And don't forget about social media, SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. So for the X-Men 60th Anniversary Villains box set, I am Kyle. See you guys all real soon.